Thanks for joining me for my plank challenge workout. This is a full body workout and we'll be holding plank before each exercise. Now it'll get more challenging as we progress because not only will we be holding plank for a longer period of time, but we'll also be dropping our glide rails. So to get started, have your glide rails set at a higher level, typically what you'd have when you're performing squats. You'll also need to have your two-piece swing attachment ready. So let's get started.
Blast off, blast off.
All right, we're going to start our workout with our first plank and we'll be holding this one for 15 seconds. We'll get into position and start holding now. Make sure you're engaging your glutes and your quads, pulling your belly button in towards your spine. And that's 15 seconds. Let's put our squat stand in now. We're going to go for 24 plyometric squats. Place your feet towards the top of your squat stand and let's get started. Here's 24, 23, 22. Make sure you're keeping your low back in contact with your glide board. Make sure you're breathing. Sink as low as you can when you're squatting down. There's 7, 6, we got 5 more. I think that might be one extra, but we'll go with it. We'll remove our squat stand. And we're going to go into our next plank. We will be holding this one for 15 seconds as well. Make sure you're pushing away from that glide board and engaging your entire body. And there we go. Let's put our squat stand back in place. We're going to do single leg squats now. And we're going to do 24 reps on each side. I'm going to start with my right leg, putting it towards the top of my glide board and extending my left leg out. Squat as deep as you can and push through your heel. That's 20, 19. Make sure you're breathing. Keep that low back in contact with your glide board. Here's 5 more. All right, let's switch legs. For 24, there's 24, 23, push through that heel. Sink as low as you can. Got 11. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's roll up, remove our squat stand. We're going to hold plank again for 15 seconds. Get into position and let's hold for 15 seconds. I'm squeezing my glutes and my quads, pulling my navel in towards my spine and pushing away from my glide board. And there's 15 seconds. We're going to place our squat stand in one more time. And we're going to go into our TikTok squats. If you're not familiar with that, place one foot in the middle of your glide board, extend the other off to the side, and then we'll just jump from side to side. You should get just 13, 12, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna roll up. We're gonna remove our squat stand. Now we're gonna lower our glide rails down. I'm gonna drop them down one level, getting in preparation for our pull-ups and our chin-ups. So this time though, we're gonna hold our plank for 20 seconds. Take a quick breath here, and let's start now. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. We have about 10 seconds. There we go. Now let's attach our wing bars to our rails. And we're gonna go into our pull-ups. We're gonna go for 24 reps. So we're gonna lie face down on our glide board with our chest towards the top of the glide board. Grab the wing attachment. Bend at the knees, cross your ankles, and let's go for 24, 24, 23. I like to push my hips down into the glide board. I like to lead with my elbows, pinching my shoulder blades together as I come up. 17. We got 11 and 10. Push your hips into your glide board. Squeeze your shoulders together. We have 5 more. Here's 5. Here's 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, we're going to go back into our plank. And we're gonna hold our plank for 20 seconds. And we'll start now. We got 5 more seconds. And there we go. Let's put our squat stand in one last time, I promise. And we're gonna go into some bridge squats. Now, if you don't like the bridge squats, you could go into a hamstring curl using your wing attachment. So just lie back on your glide board. Place your feet on top of your squat stand. Lift your hips, push them up towards the ceiling. And we're gonna go for 24 reps, pushing our glide board up the rails. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes as hard as you can. This takes a lot of core work as well. You should feel it in your abs. There's 15, 14, counting down. Just go out as far as you can at 9, 8, 7, 6, squeeze your glutes. 5, breathe. And we have one more. All right. And that's it for our squat stand. We won't be using that any longer. We're gonna go into our next plank for 20 seconds. So let's get into position and we'll hold it starting now. Focus on that breath. This gives you a chance to catch your breath, but make sure you're engaging your glutes and your core and your quads. And there we go, there's 20. So next we're gonna go into our chin-ups. Again, lie face down on your glide board. You'll be using an underhand grip this time. And again, let's lead with our elbows. You should feel this in your biceps and your back. You can bend at your knees and cross your ankles. There's 24, 23, push your hips down into your glide board. We have 12 more. There's 12. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. All right, we're gonna get ready for our next set of planks and some cable work. So we're gonna remove our wing attachments. We'll be using those a little later. Let's attach our pulley to our glide board. And I'm gonna drop my rails down. We're gonna get into some cable rows and some chest press. So adjust your glide rails accordingly. Make sure you've got your safety hitch pin in place. But before we do any cable work, we have to do our plank. And this time we're gonna go for 30 seconds. And we're starting now. Make sure you're breathing. Squeeze your glutes, pull in your belly button. We've got about 10 more seconds. All right, there we go. We're gonna go into our cross cable rows. So I'm gonna grab my handles. I'm gonna cross the handles before I sit down. Take a seat on your glide board. We wanna sit up nice and tall with a straight back, your chest forward, your shoulders back. And we're gonna go for 24 reps. Here's 24, 22, counting down. Feel your shoulder blades coming together. You can lead with your elbows. We've got 10 left. 9. Here's 6, 5, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna hold plank for 30 seconds. Let's get into position. And we're gonna start now. Focus on your breath. It'll help you push through if you're feeling any discomfort. Push away from your glide board. Make sure you're not sagging. We've got about 5 more seconds. And there we go. All right, next we're gonna go into our chest press. Grab your handles, take a seat towards the top of your glide board, and we're gonna go for 16 reps starting now. There's 16, counting down, 15, 14, sit nice and tall. Make sure you're breathing. There's 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, and 1. Hold our plank for 30 seconds. Get in position here. And we're starting now. We want to keep moving, keep our heart rate elevated. Pushing away from the glide board, focusing on my breathing. We've got about 5 more seconds. All right. Next, we're gonna go into some pullovers. So we're gonna be working our back again. This also hits your shoulders as well. Take a seat towards the bottom of your glide board. Let's just stretch for a second. Enjoy the stretch. We're gonna go for 20 pullovers, and then we're gonna go right into 20 ab tucks. So let's go ahead and get started. Make sure you keep your low back on the glide board. There's 20, 19, 'If you like, you can go into a narrow, a neutral, and a wide. There's 10 more left. 8. There's 4. 3, 2. Let's keep our arms extended. We're gonna go into an ab tuck. Bring your legs in and press out for 20, 19, 18, 10 more. Here we go. 10. Got 5 more. 5. And 1. Let's just lean forward for a second. Stretch out our chest. I'm gonna lower my glide board again, dropping it down 2 levels in preparation for biceps and for our next plank. So this next plank we're gonna hold for 40 seconds. And we're starting now. Squeeze your glutes, pull that navel in, push away from your glide board. Just focus on your breath. We got 10 more seconds. All right, there we go. Next, we're gonna go into our bicep curls. We're gonna go for 12 reps, and you can either do this seated or in a kneeling position. I'm gonna go ahead and kneel. We're gonna go ahead, sit up nice and tall, pull in for 12, 11. Keep your wrists flat and your elbows stationary. Here's 5, 4, 1. Let's do one more. All right, we're gonna go into our plank hold again for 40 seconds. Let's get into position. Again, you could drop down to your knees if the full extended plank is too much. And we're starting now. Push away from your board and just focus on your breathing. If you want to, you could go into a full extended plank, coming onto your hands instead of your forearms. And there we go. Next is our shoulder extensions. So this is facing the tower. Again, you can do this kneeling or seated. I'm gonna kneel. This is gonna work our back, our shoulders, even our triceps. So we'll go for 12, 11, 10. Sit nice and tall. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna go into our plank. We're gonna hold it for 40 seconds. Let's get into our position. Again, you can kneel or go into a full extension. We're gonna start in just a few seconds and starting now for 40 seconds. If you like, you can also do some calf raises while you're doing this. Push away from your glide board. Let's focus on our breath. We've got about 10 more seconds. Five more seconds. All right, there we go. Next, we're gonna go into some oblique twists. We're gonna do 16 reps. So I like to grab the handle behind me. I just do one handle at a time, and I like to go in a kneeling position, but you could do a lateral or side seated position. You wanna grab your handle with the hand furthest away from your tower, twist towards your tower, and then pull away, making sure you're engaging your abs when you do this twist. Here's 9, 8, 7, here's 6, 5, 4, 3, here's 2, and 1. We're gonna go on to our other side. Again, you can kneel or take a seat. I like to kneel. I feel I get better activation of my abs. I'm gonna grab the handle with the hand furthest away. Kneel or seat. Stay seated nice and tall. Now let's go for 16. Make sure you're breathing. Here's 13. Twist away. Make sure you're using your abs, your obliques. Here's 8, 7, there's 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna drop our glide rails down. I'm gonna go down just one level, put my safety pin in place. And we're gonna hold our plank for 50 seconds this time. So let's go ahead and push out and hold that plank for 50 seconds. Push away from your glide board, squeeze your glutes, pull that navel in. You may feel a little shake, but that's okay. Just push through it, focusing on your breath. We've got about 10 more seconds. All right, next we're gonna go into some shoulder presses. So let's attach our wings down towards the bottom. And we're gonna detach our cables here. This is gonna give us a second to catch our breath. And we're gonna go for 24 shoulder presses. We've got our rail set pretty low, so we'll do a higher rep count of shoulder presses. Place your chest towards the end of your glide board. Press your hips into the glide board full, or bend at your knees. Cross your ankles, and we'll go for 24. We've got 16 here. Press your hips in. Feel the squeeze of your shoulder blades coming together when you're down at the bottom. We've got 8 more. Here's 8. Here's 2 and 1 more. All right, let's go back up, and this time we're gonna hold our plank again for 50 seconds. I'm really sweating up a storm here. All right, let's get into position and let's hold plank for 50 seconds. Let's focus on our breath. Push away from your glide board. We have about 20 more seconds. Five more seconds. And there we go. I'm just gonna wipe my brow off for a second here. And we're gonna go into some core extensions. So kneel towards the bottom of your glide board. Place your hands on your wing attachment, or you could place them on the floor. And we're going to push the glide board up the rails. And I want you to use your lower abs to pull that glide board back down. You should feel this in your lower abs and even in your glutes. Just don't go out too far because we don't want to get our hips involved. There's 5. We're gonna go for 8 more. Here's 8. Make sure you're breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're at the grand finale. So we're going to drop our glide rails down even lower. I'm going to go down to a level 2, lock that in place, and we're going to hold plank for at least 60 seconds. So let's go ahead and get into our position. We'll start in about 5 seconds. Get ready for 60-second plank. We're starting now. Make sure you're breathing, engaging your abs, your glutes, your quads, pulling that navel in towards your spine. Push away from your glide board. We've got about 30 more seconds. Push away from your glide board. We have 15 more seconds. That'll be 1 minute. But I'm gonna hold it a little bit longer. See if you can stick with me. We're at 1 minute right now. Let's hold it for 15 more seconds. Just come on, you can do it. Push away from your glide board. Squeeze your abs, your quads, your glutes. Let's go for 10 more seconds. All right, there you go. Thanks for joining me for my plank challenge workout. I hope you're sweating up a storm just like I am. And check back again for more workouts from David's Total Fitness. Thanks for watching and happy gliding.